March 21st, 2019. This recording is the first recording centered around asking for guidance about working with the Akashic records or doing Akashic record readings for people in an intentional way. So I've already invited my family of light in. There's some new beings here. Well, familiar from a long time ago, but new to me in this body that have come to the circle, that are excited to work with me. They've been waiting for me to ask. I definitely see an angel in the center. Not sure which one. I feel Gabriel, and that's the name that I hear. And then one that I haven't heard of sounds something like Aria or Ariel, Aurora, something like that, that kind of name. And then I feel some really ancient teachers that have not lived on Earth for a very long time, that are in spirit. Teachers from the other side that are kind of experts in working with the records. And they're saying that this is a term that humans use, has the word Akasha or Akashic has a lot of power because it's been used for so many thousands of years by humans, but it doesn't have to be called that. That's a kind of human invention of the name, and it taps into a soul sound that sounds similar to Akasha, something almost that would be sung or chanted, and so that's where the word came from. But it's okay if we call it other things, or that other people have another experience where it's called something else. It's all the same. They're saying it's all the same. And they're nodding and reassuring me of things they've told me before, that Spirit, God, whatever, the eternal light, the eternal love doesn't have ego. It has no personality, and so it doesn't matter. It doesn't have a care what we call it. It's the intention behind it, and that humans can expand their spiritualities and their understanding of love and divinity and spirit so much by not getting hung up, not getting tangled up in these words. And they're showing a person kind of with vines wrapped around. So it's like sometimes in that spiritual growth, if we become too specific, our growth can become like a vine and strangle us and close us off. So they're saying to kind of shake free of all of that and just try to allow an openness. And just imagining that you can drop all of your previous knowing and just be as if you are feeling and seeing for the first time. You cannot come to truth if you already have a perception in your mind. If you're already viewing through a certain lens, your truth will always be skewed. So we have to drop our preconceived notions. That's number one about entering the Akasha. So they're saying just forget. Number one is to forget. Forget what you've read and heard. They're saying this to me because I've asked about where to begin. And so I feel one of the beings come and just place a hand gently on my forehead. And they're saying focus on this darkness, so my awareness is coming from an expanded place and zeroing in, becoming smaller and smaller into this point of darkness, almost like a vacuum or like a black hole, but it doesn't feel scary. It feels unusual, and there's a little I can feel a little fear of, getting kind of sucked in or lost into that. But they say, no, you're safe. I feel them anchoring me to the earth. They're saying, trust your body, that your body will keep you here. And so my awareness just continues to zero in and draw itself inward, smaller and smaller, but it doesn't feel small. It's hard to explain. It feels concentrated into this tiny, tiny point of darkness. And that was really cool because breathing. I literally just had moments of no thought. So there's sort of a racing, cleansing, or just clearing me into emptiness. And now it feels almost like I'm traveling through, almost like warp speed on a Star Trek or something like that, where it's like that point has drawn me through. My soul is traveling very quickly, and it's going like forward and down. It's interesting. I definitely thought I would be like feeling this, an up sensation, but that's not the case right now. And now it's slowing down. Edges are becoming softer. And now some light begins to reappear. And so now from that point of darkness, expanding, now we're going into expansion again from a new place. Allowing the light to come in. It's like a soft, almost gentle swirl of cloud light, just almost like a pinkish purple with a point of yellow in the middle, and it's expanding. So they're saying this is the process of how to enter where I need to be to reach the records. And they're saying it's not a place, it's a state of consciousness reached by first allowing emptiness. Saying you cannot hold the wisdom, you cannot receive the wisdom if you're already holding, if you're already full. And in order to allow that forgetting, you have to also allow the release of ego and of the personality, which is tricky. And they say when you're here, you can ask, when you're in this state of consciousness of Akasha, you can ask for something for your own soul, or when you're with somebody, you can receive guidance from their Akasha. You can help open the door to that state of awareness for them as well. And so I don't have anybody with me, so I'm going to just ask about myself and what I need to know today in these moments to move forward with my work. And they're saying they want to give me a soul sound, and I've been feeling this today. It's interesting. That there's like a soul sound that each person has, And when all souls come together, all souls are pieces of oneness, of the great love, pieces of God. And when they all come together, it's the ultimate harmony of completion, of a sound that we can't even imagine, but it's almost like we each have our own personal note that contributes to that choir of magnificent, overwhelming love and beauty. And so they're saying, we want to give you your soul sound, and that my job right now is for a little while after this, for days or weeks or whenever, to sit in meditation and repeat this soul sound. And it's really funny because my husband is playing music downstairs right now with somebody. So right as I said that, they started playing a song, and you may be able to hear that in the background. So the sound I'm hearing is nama, nama. And so at least for now, I'm going to take that as that's my soul sound for the moment. And I'm interested to know if they can change, but nama, it sounds like what I'm supposed to say in meditation. So I'm going to try that, and I will check in again soon with another exploration from Spirit.